I would just like to say that I very much enjoy our entrance or our intro music, especially
so much so that you didn't play it.
Sure, I did.
I did. I got 2 seconds of it on my end. Something happened.
I got the full thing.
No, I got like it was paused for a hot minute. It was like nothing was happening. I saw you looking at me because I was looking for another graphic, and then it went and it was off, and I was like, "Oh, we're big."
On my screen, it was perfect. So that's
well, on my screen, you're perfect.
You know, to me, you're perfect.
Oh,
I was gonna say I love our intro music because on Sirius XM radio or whatever, there's a punk station that plays all of my jams, and our music would fit perfectly in there today. So,
yeah. Well, I was gonna say,
how are you?
Welcome to For Exposure, where we're just gonna sit and talk about how much we love each other and how perfect we are for each other.
Well, that's what bros do, though. I mean, like,
broing out.
We're all about being positive on here, and just broing down with our bros. we're very fortunate because we have not one but two
more bros
joining us today. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play the very fantastic intro video for them. Intro video. And then I'll add them both here. And then we're going to have fun chatting about LPW 23. How's that sound?
I think it sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's cue up there.
Let's try this again.
Yeah. Hey, it worked the first time, so stop it. Hey, see, there's one, and there's two.
Heck yeah. If you see Boris here and Dash, you know what that means. It's another LPW show.
You've made bad choices in your life.
Yes. But fun fact, friends. So tweet it out, share the live, like the live. If we get to 25 likes on the stream today, we will announce a person for LPW 24. A competitor. We've got scoops that we could be dropping if you like the live.
Yeah.
Or Blair takes his shirt off. That was the options.
PLUGGO, aka DJ Scoops. That's what we're going to call you.
I actually go by Scoops to my Lou.
Yeah, there you go. No, you don't.
My basketball fans out there, Skip to my Lou. I'm Scoops to my Lou.
There's no one that'll come close to Skip to my Lou.
I love.
I'm not trying to be difficult here, but this is freezing up and laggy as hell, guys.
So you're gonna come back in? We've got some tidbits we can play around with, or we could just talk to Dash for a little bit.
Yeah.
If you need to get right, Boris, we'll let you get right.
Dash has himself muted though, so he has to unmute himself.
I'm right. I'm right.
Oh, there he is. He's back. Affiliate Payne is in the house saying, "Oh my God, it's the Potato King." And Dustin's saying hi. What's up, Potato King?
Potato King.
I thought he was Big Tater.
Big Tater.
Big Bad Tater.
So, for those that aren't aware, apparently the Clandestine Wrestling Society shows that happen Thursday nights before the big LPW shows on Friday are the potato skins of professional wrestling.
You cannot change my little name thing without my permission, goddammit.
Who did that?
I did it, Boris. What are you going to do about it?
Oh, there's going to be
I did it.
Wait. We might have to announce another match.
Chico gave me his password.
Okay, I'll change it back.
We can't get Boris mad at us. Boris is a saint. Okay. He's a sweetheart. Boys, first and foremost, how are we doing before we dive into this month's card?
I'm doing fantastic.
He's a man of many names.
Boris looks like he has a halo around him right now.
Yeah, he
How
does.
much
Is
of a
my jam.
saint he is. I'm the potato skins. He's the sour cream.
Ooh, so he lays on top of you.
Oh,
Yes.
Melts.
Punk is my jam. I got that stuff on in my car all the time.
Oh, it's so good. I've really been getting into Neck Deep because of them, and a lot of the Menzingers.
That's
They
that's
need,
neck deep new.
They need live DJs.
Boris is on Calgary Flames quality internet.
I've offered my services to be a live DJ, but no one's looking for Boris, I guess.
Everyone's looking for Boris. Big Bad Tater.
If someone makes a Big Bad Tater sign at the LPW show, I will send them a Grainmaker wrestling shirt for free.
Oh,
Bruce Grove Corey, if you're listening.
There you go. Just saying. So I'm doing good. Dash, how are you doing? We'll go around. We'll do the circle. Dash, how's things going?
Oh, we're gonna do something orderly here.
Yes,
for
we're
once?
gonna
Is that
try.
what we're gonna do here?
we're gonna try. We're trying to be professional on For Exposure.
And you come to Dash to bring order back into this place.
Yep.
I don't
I'm
know,
sure
that's
your
how far.
guys'
That's how
choices now
far we
anymore.
have fallen.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Fun fact, though, friends, before Dash tells you how he's feeling, we're at 10 likes. If we get to 25, we will announce that competitor for LPW 24.
Let's go. Big Bad Scoops doesn't even know this one.
I know.
Dash Scoops got.
I don't
it
even
ahead
know
of him
this month's
time.
card.
Big
And
Bad
this is the guy you invite
Oh.
onto the preview show. Well done. Once again, Pluggo, your choices in life. I'm not sure.
Pluggo blows the budget everywhere else, so here we go.
Boris is expensive. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
True. Get what you pay for.
Anyway, Dash, how you doing, buddy? How we doing, pal? Friend?
Doing good. Doing good. It's a good long weekend up here in Canada. We're having some fun with the family and taking a little break to talk about some LPWs. So I'm great.
Some wrestling.
What is the holiday called in Alberta? I want to see if it's the same as Manitoba.
Family Day.
Is it
Family Day.
You guys call the holidays different things? Not
In,
just-
in Manitoba, it's known as Louis Riel Day.
Right.
Oh, is that why Louis Riel commercials are all over the TV right now? That explains it then.
Could be.
It's Louis Riel Day in Manitoba. That's why we're getting all the goddamn Louis Riel commercials. my sexy lady is off camera painting her toenails right now.
Try to keep focused, Boris.
It's hard. She's a looker. Let me tell you.
It's-
Painting
it's-
hot stuff.
Shoot toenails.
What color are we painting? Red.
For the Calgary Flames.
Oh,
No,
We
she
don't
would
want
not do that. I promise you that.
Huh? Is
Red for
Edmonton,
LPW 23.
is Edmonton still winning games? I don't know how this works.
Of course we
They
are.
just won like 5 minutes ago.
So they're like 20 game win streak or something like that?
No, their winning streak ended. Thank God.
Oh, hockey! Sorry, I see resident American here.
Boris, did we ask Boris how he's doing? I can't remember. I got sidetracked with the hockey.
He told us his woman's paint
Oh,
her
that's right.
toenails.
Did you
so
tell us how you're doing? No,
Pluggo.
I'm okay.
you're okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Fun fact about PLUGGO is I'm first place in a fantasy hockey league, and I don't watch a single minute of hockey. And my favorite movies are the Mighty Ducks trilogy, and that's like, yeah, my hockey
And
knowledge.
Friday after next.
Yes, and Friday After Next is a great movie. But anyway, we're not here to
Goose
talk.
is in the ring, honk, honk, honking. You're quack, quack, quacking along with him, or
Yeah. Oh, Canadian Goose, yeah, who made his LPW official debut last month. Got whipped up. Him and the Wolf Boy got smashed by Ride or Die. Poor guys.
Damn.
Sometimes you
They
get thrown in
did. They
the deep
did.
end and you gotta swim.
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm sure if you ask Goose and you ask Wolf Boy about it, it didn't go the way they thought it was going to go.
No,
didn't go any better than it did the night before for Goose.
Goose is having a rough go against the
Hey,
clandestine
Goose
society.
put
I'll
up
say
a
that
hell
much.
of a fight in that match. Goose
Yeah,
put up a hell of a
he
fight
did.
on Thursday against MRB. That was a lot of fun, that one.
He
I
was just
brought that
having a
back
rough.
again.
He was just having a rough go. But This week, we have LPW 23, Slamboat Willie, and we're going to run through the whole card today. So is there
It's on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern time
at the Rec Room, Edmonton, South Common?
in Alberta.
In
Correct.
Alberta.
Canada.
Correct. Yes.
Oh boy!
Okay, well, let's kick things off. We're going to talk about the Scramble Championship because this is the first time that Jack Pride will not be defending the title in this match.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this one.
I actually just went back last night and I watched last month's Scramble where TY won the title, and that was a hell of a fight and a hell of a way to start off the show. I'm excited to have my friend Amir Jordan back in town. I think that's being undersold a little bit. Very excited. Super, super talented guy and one of my favorite people as well. So great to have Amir back in an LPW ring. Now is the easy part's over for TY Jackson, as dumb as that sounds. Now it's the hard part. Now you got to keep it. And I think he's going to discover why Jack Pride was working at such a high level and able to keep the title for so long. And I think he might be in for a bit of a shock because he's got to have his eyes all over his shoulders and a head on a swivel because there's talent in this match. And I hope this one starts the show. And good luck, TY, is all I got to say.
I mean, if this is the match that's kicking things off, then everyone else is going to have a tough time to follow because when you look at the talent in this match, it is on another level. Amir Jordan returning, Dean Richter's in there. I mean, you have Jack Pride looking to regain the title that he lost. I'm loving this match. I'm loving everybody involved with it. And I think that these guys are definitely going to steal the show tonight or on Friday. Sorry.
Yeah, they might
Tonight.
Shit. What are you guys doing?
Boris, we're late.
Dash.
I don't know what you guys are doing here. Come on.
Yeah.
Priorities.
Sorry. Spencer's at the Rec Room right now, losing his mind, trying to find a commentary team.
And like 30 wrestlers.
Yeah.
Guys.
Dash, what do you think about this Scramble match, brother?
Well, tonight it's just Spencer and Amir, Boris's good friend Amir Jordan there by themselves, apparently. And
Yeah.
I don't know, since we're name dropping tonight and we're going to go with all the big names and who we're close with.
How am I name dropping? The guy's in the match. Oh, God. My life is
My good buddy, Jack Pride, is going to get that shiny back.
The LPW preview shows are just going to turn into Boris and Dash just going back and forth for an hour.
Is that a Knicks hat?
That's what the shows are
you
now.
upset
No,
about
it's
it,
not
Blair?
Oh, it's an
No,
Oilers.
it's not,
Yeah.
it's not a.
Yeah, I was gonna
basketball.
say so. Ty gets over the hump, finally gets it, and I've always said monthly that a man of two minds has a tough enough time holding on to that thing. Can Ty do it with just one sound mind? But now he's coming after Dean Richter and LS Assassino are coming after him. I'm sorry, and they've kind of got a history. And then you've got Mars and Jack Pride again in the mix. Plus, you had Amir Jordan. It's going to be tough sledding for TY. But, fun fact, I talked to him for the LPW show. You can find that right now on the Patreon at Love Wrestling CA on Patreon. And he is nothing but the most confident man in the world right now. So, I don't know. He's the people's champ. Could he get it done? Are Mars and Jack on the same page?
That's a definite a story to keep an eye on for sure.
If that page is
I don't
beside the
think-
Manitoba.
Yeah, I don't think they know, to be honest.
Yeah.
Look, hey, I brought that up last time we did an LPW show. Just saying.
And then we know Dean and LS Assassino are more of like frenemies.
Yeah.
It's like it's just good for business. So if they cancel each other out, does it come down to Amir and TY? Interesting.
Look,
I don't think you want to discount Jack Pride that easily.
I'm not discounting Jack Pride. I'm just
You
saying
put two people in the final, and neither one of them were Jack or Pride.
it's not a final, it's a scramble. But I'm saying if Mars and Jack,
Two.
if Mars and Jack can get on the same page, and let's just say Pride's ego gets the best of him and he laser focuses on Mars because Mars screwed up and then he drops the ball. I'm just there's a lot more factors going on for old Seven this time around than there were last time.
If I know anything about Seven, they have a strategy. And there's no way that Pride and Thad aren't coming into this with
Yeah,
something up
that's
their
fair.
sleeve.
That's fair.
So, do we want to
That's
make
good.
some picks coming out of this one?
I think Dash
I was
made. I think
hoping that
Dash
wouldn't
made.
come to this.
We know
Yes,
Dash has made his picks, so
Yeah, I think Dash made his pick.
Boris, have I ever told you my favorite number?
12. You know, my favorite number is
tell me.
25, as in likes we need on this stream. Boom.
the exasperation that came from Boris there,
He loves
Knowing-
that question.
knowing that he has to
I
deal
don't
with this
wanna-
all over again in 5 days.
I don't want to
Boris, pick a number between 1 and 10.
6.9.
You're close.
It's also my IQ. This one's too close to call. I mean, I want to go with champion advantage because that's just the easy way to do it. But these matches just don't have that.
Yeah, that's
So,
not,
you
it's
know,
not
I don't know.
designed.
Not a thing.
So are we? I feel like Dash is really discounting TY's ability to get it done.
Mhm.
Are we saying that we're worried about
TY
TY
has
in the
0
first
defenses
event?
in his pocket. I'm sorry. Like,
Hey, but Jack
has a
tried.
lot.
Jack had 0 in his pocket at 1.2,
wow.
and he went off and knocked out 11 straight.
Like we
Experience.
saw what
I
happened
think-
with
I
Lumberjack
think we're
Larry. That first defense can be the hardest one.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
fair.
And
Are
in
we
this-
under? Yeah.
So
I'm going with TY. I'm just going to put it all out on the table.
All on table.
Dustin. Come on.
yeah, I think TY retains. I would love to see,
See, that's an
TY go
inside
on a
joke
solid.
that nobody knows about.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what is that like penguin? Is that like penguins or?
I gotta throw Dustin in the ring.
Put up or
next
shut
time
up
if
time.
he keeps this up.
I'll take TY. Pluggo, who are you taking?
Dash had an office.
TY.
Dash had an office supply emergency at the last show.
Yeah, he was
Oh.
chucking
Let's
Sharpies into
just
the
focus on the event.
There was a lot of inside jokes that came out of this last show. That all started with P, potatoes, pens,
Pens. Pluggos.
Pluggos.
All right.
I wasn't at the last show. I had nothing to do with that.
Also on the card, we have Michael Allen, Richard Clark facing off against the wily veteran Jared Rogers.
Well, this is another match I didn't know was happening. I got to pay more attention.
What do you do all day, Boris?
Was that match announced?
Yeah,
Yes.
we do have a group page, Boris.
Are you lying
You
to
know.
me right now?
Do you want me to show it?
This just in: the voice of LPW does not watch the product.
I live
Unless
the
he's
goddamn
locked.
product. All right.
Busted. You know what? Now you know how goddamn good Boris is.
Go.
I got things.
Yes,
I got
this
things
match
going on.
was just announced. So, do you have any insight on it there? Jared Rogers is coming off an injury. Michael Allen,
Mhm.
Richard Clark is coming off a big loss. Both men want a jockey position to get back
Yeah,
to MRB, or for Jared's case, get to MRB. Come on, Boris, you got to have
Jared
something.
Rogers was Jared Rogers was injured at the Thursday night show. He suffered a shoulder injury, was unable to compete on the Friday. I don't know the status of that shoulder, but I'm sure Michael Allen, Richard Clark is more than aware that shoulder may be compromised. So that automatically puts a giant target and bullseye on said shoulder. Clark always ready to go. I watched that main event match last night. I did some watching of the product last night, assholes. I watched the main event from the Oil Rumble, and I'm always struck when I see Michael Allen, Richard Clark come out for his matches that just he's always ready to go, always in fantastic shape. It's hard to bet against the guy. Jared Rogers has youthful enthusiasm going for him, but also maybe has a bum shoulder. So tough to call, tough to say. I don't know the status of that injury, but the only person that doesn't know is Jared Rogers, and he ain't talking to me about it.
Did you ask him? He seems like a nice guy. Like he would answer if you asked him.
I've seen Jared in training.
I'm
I think
not a
Jared's just
journalist.
Not yet. You could be.
All right, Dash. I'll ask Dash.
Dash.
What does Jared need to do to win this match? Because it looks from the outside looking in, it looks like the deck is stacked firmly against him. When you look at Clark's experience coming off the injured shoulder, what does Jared need to do?
JR's a scrappy underdog. What does he need to do? He needs to do the same thing that he's done in the last matches he's won. Ultimately, I think that, the experience is one of the things that's stacked up against him, but, he does have youth. He might have speed. He's a wily veteran. He's a wily veteran at the same time.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he'll, come up with that big finisher, the surprise roll up and the ideal situation. And while Mark is worried about doing push-ups and flexing for the crowd, he might get pinned 1, 2, 3.
Ooh. Not a fan of the flex appeal, huh?
Well, just, stay focused.
Stay ready so you don't got to get ready. What do you guys
Dash
think?
doesn't like anything fun.
Dash
hates fun. That's the t-shirt. I'm going to sell that t-shirt. Dash hates fun.
We definitely are underselling the fact that this was
I think that's fun.
The LPW 22 card was your guys' first venture together on an LPW Friday night. And yeah, Dash, why are you such a hater?
Dash just hates calisthenics, hates push-ups, hates jumping jacks.
We're definitely underselling that. You guys had some good banter back and forth.
He hates,
Boris was trying.
Benny Cena.
Do you guys agree on any? Do you guys agree on anything?
We actually do quite a bit on certain. There's certain things that are just in our company and in our talent. There's just some certain things that are undeniable that we do agree on at times.
Yeah, like that.
I watched half of last month's show and I thought everything went really well. Yeah, yes, the 4 exposure team, top-notch guys.
Yeah, top-notch guys. Yes, we didn't pay him to say that.
I don't think this will be young Jared Rogers' night, unfortunately, especially if that shoulder's still giving him trouble. But he does have that element of surprise. He does do things that sometimes opponents are not expecting, which Sebastian Wolf found out. So you can't count him out for sure, but I think this is going to be a tough road to hoe.
Do we want to make some picks for this one? I'll start with you, Dash.
Yeah, I think Jared can pull it off. I'm going to go with
the wily
Mr. Rogers, the wily veteran.
Yeah. Boris?
I believe this will be Michael Allen, Richard Clark looking to get back to righting his ship and going forward towards what he's hoping will be another title shot.
Pluggo?
I've got Mark as well.
Yeah.
Because I think there's going to be a bit of a mean streak coming. He's focused, like Boris said. I was actually going to ask everybody, you can go ahead and make your pick, and then what do you think a win here in this singles match would do for either one of these guys? Do you think that maybe a challenge champion spot, or do you think it's a grand championship? I know our Mark's already been there. Mrs. Pluggo's in the house. Hi, honey. Mm-hmm. What do you say, Blair?
Did she paint her toenails? What color?
She has painted her toenails. I don't think they're currently painted. She's not much of a nail painter.
Somebody with a foot fetish is going to come across this video and just become invested in wrestling.
That's the goal, dude.
Turn a wrestling fan into a foot fetish. One of the two.
Get those casuals, baby. Mrs. Pluggo, I'm pretty sure your toes aren't painted right now. Please let everybody know.
Okay. I will take the wily veteran Jared Rogers.
Interesting.
So we're split. We're split.
Interesting. What's next on the docket that I don't know about?
I would like to see Jared Rogers get a definitive, decisive win, though, not a roll-up. I would like to see that. So maybe we get
but that's not his finisher.
Jared Rogers would like
the schoolboy is his finisher, huh?
It's well protected.
Hey, as long as it finishes, man, he doesn't give a crap how he wins.
Right.
And I don't blame the kid.
That's right.
Okay, they are not currently painted, which shows how often I see Mrs.
Where's Mrs. Pacheco? Are her toenails painted? Where's Mrs. Dash?
You know what I do with my children, Blair, is I just ignore them when questions like this start coming.
Oh, that's a legitimate question.
Hope that the track straightens out eventually.
I love it.
Wasted 5 minutes of everybody else's time that's listening.
Maybe I could do a real clerk scene and paint her toenails for her. Do you do that, Boris?
Would you let me paint your toenails?
Hey.
She would let me paint her toenails.
Blair just did the why am I here look. Just damn it. Keep it
Can
on.
I do that look too?
Yep.
What combo did you walk into, honey? The best combo.
Oh,
It's a harmless conversation about painted toenails. You guys are making it into something it's not.
I'm not.
Boris's better half actually painted his toenails. He just doesn't know it because he can't see them.
Like Blair looks uncomfortable. It's toenails. Everybody has them.
yes,
Best to not ask Mrs. I asked Mrs. P everything.
The thing is,
Mrs.
this wasn't the
Pluggo,
toenails
everything.
exposure.
Yeah, for exposure, the toenail edition.
Then put up
Toenail
the next
edition.
goddamn match graphic then.
Well, you keep asking about people's toenails. So
Before we do
I'm
that,
letting you get your shit in before I put up the next graphic.
Hey, like
we are at
Stevie Ray used to say,
14
suckers got
likes.
to know. 14
Okay.
14 likes. We need 11 more. Let's go.
Paralira versus the Milky Way.
I'm excited to see Elliot Tyler back in LPW.
Awesome.
I'm very excited.
Way
I like
to-
that
long
kid a
time.
lot.
Way to
He's a
bury-
scrappy young man.
Way to bury Blair's 3. Blair is not having a good time.
No, I've got a lag, you guys. I get like everything you say like 10 seconds after you say it. I've got a lag going on. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm getting
All
everything
right,
10 seconds
all right,
after
all
you
right,
say
ready? All right. Reset it. Do it again, Blair.
Okay. Paralira versus the Milky Way Wrecking Crew. The return of Elliot Tyler to LPW. I am very excited for this one.
All right, now Boris.
I'm really excited to see Elliot Tyler back in an
There we
LPW ring.
go. There we go.
Just like we planned it.
Synergy here on For Exposure.
synergy like some freshly painted toes, baby.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
This is starting to skirt the line.
Oh,
there it is. Drink.
it's the
Now
whole
you've
kit
got
and
the emery
caboodle.
board. She's got the emery board out now. She's doing the fingernails
Oh
now.
my god.
Are you gonna paint him?
I think Boris has got a thing for feet.
You guys want to call me back when you want to talk about wrestling?
No, it's in my line of sight. I'm having fun. I'm sorry, guys. I'm interested in my girlfriend's life. She's amazing.
Good way to bring it. Yeah, dash cheese, dude.
Maybe she could go upstairs.
Now, Paralira.
Stop being one of these nerdy guys that like girls, dude. We're here to talk wrestling.
Right?
You dork. Who has time for girls right now, Boris?
Tell Karen to go outside.
It's WrestleMania season.
We're
Everyone's
on the
crapping
road
on you now.
wrestling.
They said I should send you upstairs because you're distracting me.
That is not true, Boris.
No.
That's exactly
Dash
what Dash
said it.
Dash said
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
He's
what
like,
Dash said.
he said
Don't-
send Karen upstairs. Yeah, she's mad
Whoa.
now. Now you guys, now there's heat.
Although I will say this, we're at 17 likes right now, so the feet talk is working. So if we can get the other 8, math.
with you.
I spoke
Why
to
do
Sheik
you
Akbar
turn
Shabazz
this?
yesterday, actually,
What
and
the hell is going on?
they
What
are
does he
not
think
happy.
about feet?
They are not happy at the losing the titles and going on a bit of a skid here. And I know that a big win would get them right back into it. This new kind of loose fitting group we saw formed last month with Eli Surge, this is going to be very interesting. If he collects Wolf Boy and he collects the Goose and he collects this, and I mean this respectfully, but this kind of misfit group, and he focuses this misfit group into a direction, I mean, things could happen, and that could put a whole new wrinkle on this entire promotion if he can focus this crew. And Elliot Tyler coming back in, scrappy small dog with big bite. This is going to be interesting. This win will be big for whoever gets it.
Stop it, Dustin.
This has turned into For Exposure.
Oh.
I can't speak.
That's lovely.
But yeah, this is going to be, Boris is right, though. On a serious note, the toe talk has got me flustered, but I know Barat is also mad. I talked to him the other day. He's not happy with losing those titles. He thought they got the short end of a stick. And even though they got a rematch, they couldn't quite get it done. Then I went ahead and picked him to win his gauntlet match because he yells at me for not picking him and he loses that. So I know they're fired up, looking to get back into that top tier of the tag division.
I had Rich picked all the way in that gauntlet. I don't know if you guys heard me, but I called it right from the start.
Yeah, right from the get-go. After his first 4 picks were eliminated, he was like, "Yeah, Rich Kingsman, man."
The next draft, can we do the feet of Love Wrestling? Who has the best feet in Love Wrestling? Who do you think has the prettiest toes in the Love Wrestling crew?
Sheik, baby.
Sheeky baby's got the best toes.
I could see actually Sheik being a petty guy. I can see that.
I'm gonna go. I bet you Mars the Specialist has immaculate feet.
That's who I was thinking. I was
Were you?
Reed, yeah.
But tell me the thought process of why you
because they're short kinks, so they're closer to their toes than the rest of us, so they have a good line of sight to them, and they make sure that they're well manicured. They don't have to bend over very far to touch their toes or anything. They're
bend over to the front.
I haven't seen my toes since 1994, so whatever.
Poor guy.
I mean,
thanks for stealing my joke that I used 2 minutes ago, Boris.
So PLUGGO versus the Milky Way crew. Eli Surge.
I got a lag.
Yeah, Elliot Tyler's making his return. I mean, he took a few months off, recovered from some injuries, just took some time. Came back earlier this month, I think it was beginning of the month, faced off with Daniel Maccabee. And they had a great matchup, and he's really looking to kick things back off. And his return to LPW, I know he's very excited about it. I had the chance to talk to him last week for an episode of The Grainmaker. And he's very stoked to be coming back. And I'm excited to see him back in the ring. Partnering up with Eli Surge. Very interested to see what these two can do.
It's very unique tandem. I'm interested to see what becomes of this for sure.
The coming out of LPW 22 when Eli kind of debuted his new partners in crime, the best name I heard to describe them was the Zoo World Order, and I absolutely loved it. I can't remember who came up with that name, but it is fantastic. So
it wasn't me. I just talked about potato skins apparently. So, but that's a great name for sure.
Potato skins and toes, baby.
Potatoes.
Like Zoo World Order T-shirts. That's a license to print money, baby. Let's go.
With a Zubaz print.
Look, can I ask you all this? I actually have a question. So, months passed, and over the course of the last year, we've talked about the Ascension in 7. We've talked about the Rads having problems, things like this. Do we see a potential issue in PLUGGO if they come up short here? Because they're on a bit of a streak. Do you think that bond is strong enough?
You're like Dash, and you're trying to stir up something that's not there.
I'm just asking. I'm not there in the building.
I think that they are still quite a firm unit.
Okay,
yes,
even after
firm unit, by the way.
We're not talking about Mrs. Boris.
Now tell me you're not a quick guy after that.
How's those toes coming along? You're all done? Fingers done too? Okay, toes and fingers are all done.
Yeah, and Boris's are pink. You'll just never know.
The firm unit, Big Bad Boris.
There's another T-shirt.
Welcome to the next Pumpkin Pile Drivers, where Mrs. Boris paints her toes, and
You want to paint your toenails on the
podcast? I just breathe into the microphone for 45 minutes.
No. Next match, please.
Well, we still have to
wait. Who's gonna win?
PLUGGO, you go first. We're gonna go.
All right,
PLUGGO.
Barat Garani, if you're listening and you're watching, I'm picking you guys to get a win here. Don't let me down 2 months in a row.
Okay.
Paralira.
Boris.
I'm tending to agree that this is going to be a Paralira win. However, if Eli and Tyler can gel quickly, you never know, man. You never know. But I think this is a Paralira win because I think they're pissed, and when they're pissed, they're dangerous.
Dash.
I think once Eli's done trying to trade tinfoil hats for the first 90 seconds,
that's fair.
It's going to be on like Donkey Kong after that. I think all these guys can go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to it. I think there's going to be violence. I don't know. Hard to bet against a Sheik and a Prince. I don't know. You talked about Sheiky and his pedicures. I think those two guys and whatever toenail color they're wearing are going to go in there and kick some ass.
I'll take the Milky Way wrecking crew. Oh, unhinged.
Interesting. Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
This for exposure is all about feet and then some wrestling.
Reed Matthews versus Evan Rivers. Evan Rivers has one of the best moonsaults in wrestling, and he will be putting that on display at the Rec Room this coming Friday at LPW 23. How are we feeling about this matchup, fellas?
I think that whoever wins this match, this is a statement win, because Reed is looking to really establish himself like he's been doing early on this year. And again, I rewatched most of the last month's show last night, and he was in it with Eli Surge. Evan Rivers, I'm a big fan of, tremendous worker, brings a lot of he's got a vibe about him when he comes, just when he walks to the ring. He's like, there's a vibe about him in the building that like excitement and like cool things are going to happen. And this is a statement win. And I think Reed wants this one a little bit more, but he's going to have to really, really earn it. This might be my sleeper for kind of show stealer of the night. I'm a big Evan Rivers guy, and I'm excited he's coming back. And this is going to be a great, great match. But I think if Reed can keep him out of the air and down on the mat, that's going to be the key. If he could just grab him by the toe and just keep him down, he's going to get a win. Feet are very real. Thank you very much.
I love that Boris gives us this most like in-depth dynamite commentary, and we're just laughing at the comment section. Everybody's awesome. Dash, who you got? What are you thinking?
You guys are blaming me for the whole foot thing, so I'm trying to steer us back into
Evan Rivers, the thickness. We just talked about how pretty we think the thickness toes are in this match. Can these two stand toe to toe? What do you think's going to happen here?
Well, all right. I guess he's got a vibe about him, this Evan Rivers, and I think it's really maybe brought down to the fact that Boris is just a lot like my cat. When you got that little red neon light going everywhere, he just follows it and gets really excited. At the end of the day,
you literally looked away when you said that.
That neon mask is going to walk its way right.
Oh my God!
Right, but there's the perfect. Look at how nice these toes are. Look at that. It's a beautiful painted toe. We got the perfectly manicured fingers going on here. Like, this is amazing. What a woman.
Did you just lick her toe?
No, I did not. I did not lick her toe. I was just showing red, but I've got a big window here, which is blinding me, so you couldn't really see it. Can you close that?
It looked like you licked it.
No, I'm not a toe licker. I'm not a toe licker.
Dude.
Hey, it's okay.
I thought it was a potato skin.
Some people have to pay for that kind of
content. I'm not a kink shamer either. I'm not a toe licker.
No, we're not either.
No.
How many likes are we at?
Tony Atlas is just loving this chat today.
We're at 19.
Yeah, I'm surprised it took this long to get a Tony Atlas joke, but you know.
We're at 19 likes on the last edition of For Exposure.
This one is totally off the rails.
Spencer is definitely firing somebody today.
This is completely normal behavior.
Spencer, if you're watching, I'm the normal commentator right now. I'm the normal one.
Okay, so here we go. Now you can see better the red.
Holy
now
hell!
That we've got now you can see. It's lovely. It's beautiful. Great job. High five.
Your video's lagging like your internet is. All we saw was a blur of light. Great job.
That's because she's a blur of light in my life.
Just like you are to me, Boris.
Aww.
Oh, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Can I keep talking about the Evan Rivers?
You can. Yeah.
I'm not the one that
That's something
I tried, man.
Bring it back on the rails, or
Mrs. Pluggo, I need your feet. Anyway, go ahead, Dash.
Let's keep it off then. Yeah, I just think Evan's gonna run into those three fingers, these ones, and the violence is gonna prevail. You know what? He's got a new focus. You can see it in his eyes. You can see it in the ring. You can see it in his intensity. He seems less focused on Zoe and more focused on his own success. He cut a hell of a promo last week, and pretty much put his stamp on that locker room, and he's got a little bit of momentum behind him ever since the Oil Rumble, and I honestly don't see that stopping.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's a very, very astute observation.
Clip that.
Totally.
Wait a minute. Why am I the one getting flamed for losing control in the show? Becky said I lost control.
Who said you lost the control?
On Twitter, Ophelia said that Pluggo has lost control of the show. I didn't realize I was ever in control of our show.
This is the best episode of For Exposure that I've ever been a part of.
And it's not Tarnation, it's Tonation, Spencer. Welcome to chat.
Jeez.
I can't.
Did you guys know that toes are the unsung heroes of foot comedy?
You know, this little piggy went to the market. This little piggy said, anyway, Evan Rivers is fantastic. Reed Matthews also fantastic. I don't know. This is the tough. This is Blair's like the dad who goes, I'm not mad at you guys. I'm just like really disappointed. Blair is a professional.
Well, that's going a little far.
The rest of us, well, I think this is going to be a really good match. I think that this is going to be a huge statement win for.
I'm good. Don't worry. The microphone fell off.
I'm extremely excited to be able to be doing the LPW 24 show all by myself with you guys.
LPW
hey, I got next month off.
Just going to be me and Dash talking about the card.
Where am I getting in trouble? What did I do?
Hey, you're the ringleader for this whole thing, so
I didn't bring up Boris' lady painting her toes. He did.
It's a completely normal.
I can't. I'm not at Boris's house right now.
So, Dash, who do you have winning this match?
I'm gonna go with Reed Matthews.
Yeah.
I do think that there's going to be trouble when the fists start to fly, and if he stays focused and he can keep that intensity going like he has, then I got the thickness.
Boris?
I tend to agree.
Are you down with the thickness?
I think Evan Rivers is going to put up a hell of a fight, but Reed is on a roll right now. He's refocused in the new year, and that roll is getting bigger and bigger every month, and I don't think it's quite going to stop yet.
And Pluggo.
I'm going to take Evan Rivers just to be different.
Okay.
Not that I don't love Reed Matthews. I love Reed Matthews. I think but this Evan Rivers is a special dude. And it's going to be a good fight, and it might come down to who wants it more.
Okay, cool.
Who can go toe to toe?
Oh my god!
Sorry, but
don't toe there.
I might change it. I don't know, but I'm going with Evan Rivers.
Yep. Okay, I'll take Reed. All right.
He goes, "Yeah, okay, I'm over the show." This will be the fastest exit in Blair's history. As soon as we're done, he's going, I'm out.
After the last match, it just end stream and just shut down the laptop.
And then I go to text you and I'm blocked from everything.
Okay, we got 3 more matches to get through. Do we want to run through a few tidbits before we do that? Or do we want to just go right into the matches? Pluggo, I'm looking at you for this one.
What kind of tidbits?
Yeah, let's go to tidbits, man. Of course I want some tidbits. What do you think I am?
Well, coming up very shortly, C4, February 23rd, Junior Benito versus Starboy Charlie. You can catch this. I think they have all their stuff up on IWTV. Shortly thereafter, it airs. So this is fixing to be an absolute banger. Junior Benito, one half of the incredible tag team Fresh Air with McCrae Martin. So definitely watch for this one. We also have matches announced for WrestleMania weekend coming through for the culture. We got Man Like Doris facing off with Sunny Kiss. I'm excited for this one. I think this is going to be a banger. I think Pluggo is excited too.
Very excited. I love Man Like Doris, and of course Sunny Kiss, fantastic. For the Culture is always a fun show.
Yeah.
How good was that Jersey J Cup? That was a couple of really fun nights. I really liked last year's, and this year's was just as good. Really, really good stuff. That big tag match they did on night 2 to kind of clear the palate was a lot of fun too. I like when they just throw a bunch of guys in there. kind of like what we're doing now. Throw a bunch of guys in there and don't be afraid to get a little silly. And they did that, and they had, you know, Scarlett Donovan got some stuff in there, and that whole weekend was really, really, really good.
You gotta love when a group of guys don't tiptoe around the fun.
That's right. You know, dip your toes in the water of the fun, and you know, do it.
No fun will be had for Bobby Fish at MLW's Intimidation Games February 29th as he faces off with our favorite Alex Kane, who unfortunately lost the MLW championship to Satoshi Kojima last month.
What an interesting decision.
That's something.
That was a decision for sure.
Yeah.
Now, I don't watch a lot of MLW, but I'm seeing a lot of big name matches going on. Is that something that I might want to add into my rotation? I took out ROH and I put in TNA, and I'm kind of iffy on that right now. But how's the MLW? Was it good? I haven't watched it steadily in like 3 or 4 years, to be honest.
I normally just watch the main event or the pay-per-views. They're like 2.5 hours top, so it's like perfect length for a show.
Okay.
So, and they always seem to deliver. Yeah. And last but not least, I mean, this company is not really independent, but the guy who's on the graphic is, and who is not excited for AJ Francis to appear at NWA Hard Times? I know I am. Who hotter than AJ Francis?
All right, hold on. Nobody say anything. All right, who's ready for AJ Francis in the NWA? Go ahead. I'll wait.
I quite enjoyed the video on last week's TNA show that Joe Hendry did. I mean, excellent. I don't know if you guys, he made like a music video mocking him, and it was just top notch. If you haven't seen it, go back and take a look because it popped me and I laughed. It was so good. So definitely go in and check that out because it's a riot. And I like the fact that he's able to poke fun at himself a little bit, you know, like lean into it.
Yeah, sure.
So now that's the tidbits. LPW 23, we will finish up. We're going straight to the LPW Challenge Championship. Zoe Sager defending her championship against the returning Casey Spinelli.
Now, usually the Challenge Championship opens the shows. I don't know the lineup or the order or how that's going to be, but I haven't seen Spinelli in an LPW ring in quite some time, and getting back in a high-profile match against Zoe Sager for a title, put in a big spot. She's going to want to make the most of it, but we always talk about people who are operating on a high level, and Zoe definitely doing that. This is kind of like that Reed Matthews Evan Rivers match. This is going to be it's going to sneak in there, maybe steal the show. It's going to be good. Spinelli's a scrappy one, but Zoe's a scrappy one too. And this one I think is going to be more of a fight than a wrestling match, if that makes sense. And just who's going to be the scrappier one? I don't know, man. This is a tough one to call.
Dash, what do you think? In heading
0 foot references in that, by the way. So thank you. 0, none.
Thanks for not towing out on a limb there. I think I liken this back to honestly the last LPW Friday show where Vert Vixen was in town, because I kind of thought that one was going to be a little bit more wrestling chess than it was, and it ended up being just a bit of a slobber knocker. Those two gals were going at it. I can kind of see the similar fight happening here with Casey Spinelli, and I think if Zoe can do it against Vert Vixen, I think she can do it again. I'm at the point with Zoe that I'm not sure I'm ever going to bet against her anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't blame you, because it's wise.
She's always one step ahead. One step ahead, and it's never changed.
Zoe is one of the best wrestlers in North America right now. And the fact that she hasn't gotten more recognition for it is absolutely mind-blowing. Like in this match, like it is going to be a great match, but I have 100% certainty Zoe's coming out victorious in this one. You just can't bet against her anymore.
Certainty. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes.
Stepping on Spinelli's toes like that. She's damn good in her own right.
I should bring in a giant lock, and it's my lock of the week. My shoe-in of the week.
When was Spinelli's last appearance in LPW?
He's jumping in with both feet on this one.
But yeah, it's not a bad bet to make, right? like she's that good, and she's proven it time and time again. And she has that wonderful insurance policy that is Reed Matthews. And if, depending on where the card falls, he might be upset based on how I'm thinking over his loss. He might take it out on Spinelli and make sure at least one of them leaves with their hand raised. So
that's a good call. That's a good call.
It just depends on how the things flow. But either way, I think Reed is focused on getting both of them to the top of the mountain or keeping them there. So Spinelli's up against it, but she's no slouch. Blair.
I am not saying that Casey is a slouch at all. I am saying that Zoe is that damn good.
That's fair. That's fair.
So,
that is fair.
Picks, safe to say we're all taking Zoe in this one. Anyone want to play
Tony Sager gets the win.
Oh my god.
Sorry. I'm done.
Like you were saying, she's one of those ones that's tough to go against, regardless of the opponent, even somebody as talented as Spinelli and as tough as Spinelli. But this one's going to be scrappy, and I'm really looking forward to it. This show's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
They're all good shows, Boris.
So,
like they're all good toes. Am I right, brother?
Tallest to smallest, baby.
Holy shit.
See, this is him. It's not me.
Quit encouraging him.
What's in that can, Pluggo? Is this a liquid lunch you got going on there?
Waterloo.
Yeah,
sparkling water.
Yeah, sparkling
Scoops
water.
To my Lou, drinking some Waterloo.
Yeah,
Scoops to my
yeah, dude.
Next.
All right. Okay, so we've got the new producer Boris directing everything. Oh,
this is about putting your best foot forward and not having cold feet, going toe to toe with the best and stomping out the competition. Somebody buy that man a t-shirt. It's
Justin's
amazing.
being a real heel right now. Next.
Let's drop the mic there. I'm not sure it gets better than that. That's Big Bad Boris at his best right there.
Thanks, pal.
Now,
I forgot about this one. My God, it gets better
Boris,
and better.
You didn't even know what was on the card, so don't
No.
say you
I
forgot
knew about this, but I forgot about this.
Sinner and Saint challenging for the LPW Tag Team Championships against Ride or Die. This match is going to be a banger.
Woo, woo, woo.
I cannot wait for that matchup. That one's going to be very, very good.
They asked for this. Ride or Die kind of put their foot in their mouth, and I'm not doing this because of the puns we've been doing. No pun intended, but literally when they said last month, or they've said over the last couple of months, that LPW has not brought them any tag teams of note, and the tag team division has been awful, and they're here to show that it is their division and their division only, and they begged Spencer for this, and then Spencer said, okay, here's one of the best tag teams in North America, Sinner and Saint. And everybody knows me, and I'll bow out after this comment, and I always ride or die. This is the first time I've been on the fence about a ride or die match where I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, there's an old saying. Sorry, there's an old saying, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. They want competition, and they're getting it big time. I know that Ride or Die work amazingly well as a unit. They are legit ride or die. But, I mean, on the other side, you could say that for the other two gentlemen as well. This is going to be interesting because they asked for this, and now it's put up or shut up time. And as risky and ballsy as this might be for me to say, and new.
Wow.
Ooh.
It's hard to bet against those guys.
Do you have a big lock like Blair?
I don't have a big lock, but it's those guys are on a high level right now. They're putting it together, and they're in against anyone.
Dustin, you ain't wrong. That was my match of the year in LPW last year.
You have two of the absolute best wrestlers out there today, with Judas and Travis crushing it wherever they go. Did Ride or Die ask for the best? They did, and they are getting the best. This match is going to be incredible. I can't wait for this. I think that this could easily be one of the best matches on the card. I don't know if I'll go as far as saying that I think Sinner and Saint are going to be victorious, but I will say that Ride or Die are going to have their hands full on Friday.
All right, Dash, help us make sense of this.
Yeah, and I'm digging for it to try to figure out how, because, like, to try to say the words that Sinner and Saint might not be successful in this match almost sounds asinine out loud, but part of me is doing the same with the Clandestine Society that I'm going to do with Zoe. I just don't know if I can bet against them right now. Their strategy is tight. Their chemistry is tight. They got each other's backs like nobody else in this entire promotion. Blair said it, right? As we see fractions happening around some of these different, fractions in the factions. Is that what I was trying to say?
Yeah, fractions in the factions.
We'll go with that. This one's tight. It's tight. So here's what I'm going to say. And I know this is ballsy, but Travis and Judas have been traveling all over North America. They've been on planes. They've been going coast to coast. They've been stretching it thin. They've been getting belts. They've been losing belts. There's an emotional toll to that. They're coming into the Clandestine Society's backyard, baby. Their record in that rec room is pretty damn immaculate. I don't know. I'm sorry, but I think this match ends like the rest of them do, with ride or die, when Taryn from accountant starts crunching numbers.
Yeah.
Ophelia is saying that Sinner and Saint don't have any bookings in March, so go ahead and book them, Spencer. They'll be back. And she's saying and new. So we got Ophelia in the chat going with Sinner and Saint. We got Boris going with Sinner and Saint. We got Dash going with Ride or Die. Blair, who you got?
Look, I love Sinner and Saint, but I think that Ride or Die is just on another level right now.
They're
well-oiled
machine. Not wrong.
Yeah.
Tell him when he's telling lies. These guys are absolutely at the top of their games right now.
Yeah.
When has Ride or Die been better? When have they been more focused?
I mean,
when have they
look at the run Stephen Crow had at the last shows, with the Salvation Championship. The next night, I mean, they put on an absolute clinic against Wolf Boy and Goose. So, I mean, Ride or Die is on another level right now, and I think they're continuing that. Even with Sinner and Saint knocking at their door, I'm still taking Ride or Die.
Ooh. Boris, you're going to be the odd man out because I ain't going against my girl.
It's going to be a hell of a fight, man.
I am. When I saw this match announced, I was like, oh, because you like I said, are top. I've never seen a tag team kind of put their foot in their mouth like this and say, hey, we want better competition. Give it to us, give it to us, give it to us. And then, like, you had to imagine when they're sitting there and they saw this match announced, they had to probably get a little bit of like, did we go too far? But they'll be ready.
All right.
This match is going to be a car crash. We'll likely need a tow truck.
God damn it. Fuck. That was so good. Damn it.
Taught him everything he knows.
Last but not least, for the LPW Grand Championship, we have Michael Richard Blaze defending that championship against Rich King.
This is interesting. I don't really know quite what to make of this. Rich looked really good in winning that gauntlet match, and he's one of the guys who's been patiently waiting for his time, and now he's stepped up and he wants to take that, and he wants to be the one to come through for the Rads and be like, yes, I'm doing my part like the other guys have done with their titles, be it winning or losing. But MRB, again, high level. Clandestine Society are on top. They always seem to, like Dash said, with Seven, they've always got a plan. We saw what happened last month with them destroying Larry's arm. I went back and watched that again last night, and it was just vicious. I think I undersold it, and you, Dash, were flabbergasted, and rightfully so, because it was a very violent display. There's always a plan with the Clandestine Society, but you think the Rads maybe have a plan as well. I don't think it's going to be Rich's night, but I think this issue is far from over.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that Rich he is coming in the underdog in this match. I think with the run that the Clandestine Society is on, the run that MRB is on, I mean, he's the underdog in this match. But there is something to say about the work that Rich has been putting in the past few months. He has been giving it his all. We saw that at LPW 22 with the performance he put on. And I mean, there is really something to say about a scrappy underdog. And I think that Rich King is going to put up one hell of a fight against MRB on Friday night.
I'm gonna let Dash go. He looks like he was writing. He was writing. I think he's got some thoughts.
Yeah, I appreciate it. That's a pro right there. The only thing I can guarantee you for sure is that I will not say the name Rich in commentary. I will stick to the King. That said, I do think we're in a situation here where, we talked about this earlier, but ever since the Judge Ben Omen left the Rads, whether he wanted to or not, I don't know. You can see the fissures happening. Like there's just the seams in the trust. They're taking each other's matches. They all want the same thing. Can there really be unity amongst Larry and Rich?
You could free bird the grand championship.
No, you can't. I'm just going to say that right now. No, you can't.
Sure, why not?
And just, we're talking about a king versus a god.
No.
Talking about freebirding the championship, there's only one person who could make that call, and he is not on your computer screen right now, and that's Spencer Love. And if he decides he wants to let them freebird the championship, I wouldn't mind that, because I would make things a lot, not that they're not interesting, but a lot more interesting. Yeah, man. You say that, since Ben Omen was unfortunately unceremoniously booted from the Rads, that things haven't been the same, but they've also had two very, very big title victories since that happened. So I don't know, man.
Title victory that got immediately flushed down the toilet.
But then they bounced right back and won another one last
week. To what? To break their arm? Yeah, he bounced right back
I'm talking about
smashed
TY.
In a chair.
I'm talking about TY. They bounced right back and they won another title.
Yeah, okay. TY bounced back. Did Larry bounce back? Larry didn't bounce back. Larry bounced himself into a hospital.
Larry doesn't go to hospitals, dude.
He just goes and chops wood to recover.
Yeah. He's out there right now, tirelessly chopping.
Tails of the undercard, but Ben sent Rich to the hospital to go find Larry. So what's up with that?
It was
I will say to Boris's point, winning cures everything. To Dash's point, it seems like they've shifted focus to being singles guys opposed to a team unit. So there is that element there. But again, winning does cure all. The Rads have said, and they've been consistent. Trust me, I press them all the time, and I think they're starting to question my loyalty to them. But I do question it because it is this okay, are you guys all on the same page? Are you sure? Is there no ill will? Does there TY still feel like maybe he could have held the title longer than Larry?
Exactly.
Does Rich think, hey, I'm going to be the one? If Rich gets it done, is Larry going to be a little jealous? There is that there, but they have been very united. Arm
Does
in
winning
arm.
Cure everything then, Boris? Or
so I think they'll be fine.
I think what you're telling me is the opposite.
No, I'm just asking. I'm just the one putting it out there. I'm not trying to stir the pot. I just ask the questions. But I think that they've been united this whole time, and I think they're going to be there for their brother Rich in this moment when he gets this opportunity. They're going to have to be, because we've seen the Clandestine Society will get involved some way, somehow. Not that MRB needs it, but just because he doesn't need it doesn't mean it's not nice to have.
And all the points, steal his title shot.
All the points that we've all just made is what makes this main event very, very interesting.
Bingo. All right, let's start. Boris, who are you taking in this one?
I'm going with MRB, but I think that, and this doesn't make sense in the way that I'm trying to explain it, but Rich is still going to walk out a winner. He's not going to walk out with the title, but he's going to walk out a winner.
Yeah,
and what I mean by that is, you go toe-to-toe with the champ and you put up a good showing, which he's going to, your stock's still going to go up.
Dash, who you got?
God, I hate to agree with Boris, but I think he nailed it, to be honest. They're both coming out winners. MRB will be carrying the title. But I saw a different look in Rich King's face when he came back into that ring and he knew he had a title shot and he, grabbed that microphone at the end of the show. I don't know, you guys. There was a different side to him. It felt like the fun and games were over. And it was business time.
That was from the heart, for sure. I agree.
100%.
I even spoke to him afterwards, and I was like, that was from the heart, right? And he was like, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I told him.
And you said you're not a journalist.
Very similar as well. But, he brings that heart, that passion into that match, and I know he will. It will probably be the match of the night. I don't have much doubt in that. I do think that we're going to see the best Rich King we've ever seen. MRB brings the best out in everybody. This is literally what MRB does. This is why we need him. Boris needs him. I got MRB, but Rich walks out with his head high.
Pluggo.
This is tough, man. This is tough. I love me some Rich King. I think he's got to show up and dance with who brought him. Like, don't go too serious and try to overthink it. Just be you, do your thing, and hope you can catch our MRB slipping. But at the end of the day, MRB, man, I just can't pick against him right now. I'm sorry, Rich. Hopefully you'll forgive me by the next NFL season because we need an NFL analyst. But I think we got to go with MRB because right now, if I'm just objectively looking at it on paper, they're outnumbered. Where's Larry? He's injured. TY is going to be busy. I know Taryn and Steven are also busy. So I don't know, the numbers game might catch up to him. Where's Mitch Clark? Where's Ben Oman? We need to get these. What's going on? Let's go.
I mean, everything you guys have said is correct. I mean, MRB is on another level right now. Rich King coming out of LPW 22 looked absolutely fantastic, and he's rising to the occasion. With that said, if I'm MRB, I mean, you step to the king, you better not miss. But I'm still taking MRB in this one. So
well said all around.
There it is.
All right, gentlemen, that does it for the LPW 23.
We made it through by the skin of our pinky toes.
Super quickly. Don't forget about Thursday night.
Yes.
Yep.
The Thursday night show, if you are in the Edmonton area, we will be at the Rec Room Thursday night. I believe bell 7:30. There's going to be 4 matches, and then the Making Kayfabe documentary will be screened in the building for the folks in attendance after the 4 matches, and I believe it will be available on CBC Gem here in Canada the next day. I'm not 100% sure about that. I don't know the exact card of what's going on Thursday. I know Elliot Tyler is going to be in the building, which will be his big first return to LPW. So if you're in the Edmonton area, a $10 ticket, you will get a handful of matches from LPW and the Clandestine Wrestling Society. You will get the Making Kayfabe screening with a Q&A with the director after the show. So if you're in the area for $10, you get all that stuff. So definitely come out and hang out with us.
The potato skins of wrestling, baby.
Perfect.
Potato skins of wrestling.
Now, for myself, you can find me up at Grainmaker Pod on X, Twitter, whatever it is. Grainmaker Wrestling Podcast on all social media. And find me every Saturday with that gem doing for exposure. Hopefully here on Love Wrestling. Dash, where can everybody find you?
All my socials generally are around at Dash in the Park. You can find me at Heavy Hockey. You can find me at heavyhockey.com. And you can find me sitting beside Boris every time there's a Love Pro Wrestling show.
Lucky bastard.
Boris?
You can find me in the professional wrestling unemployment line after today because I don't think anybody likes me anymore.
That's not true. We love you.
All seriousness, you can find me at BB Boris.
Wait, unemployment line tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I'm looking. You can find the Punk and Potters podcast is back, and there's been a few episodes over the past few weeks you can check out. I should be, knock on wood. Yeah, great. Actually, I really enjoyed sitting down with Dash and learning more about him. It was a really, really good episode. You can find that. Check out my socials. You can find that. I should be, knock on wood, recording with MRB tomorrow. We're going to have a little chat about the history of PWA And we're going to talk more about that documentary that's new screening on Thursday as well. So check that out. Thank you guys. Always a pleasure. I apologize if we had a little too much fun, but you know what? This is supposed to be fun.
Yeah. I'm looking for my invite on Punk and Pile Drivers to talk about toes and only toes.
I'm waiting for my invite on the Grain Maker.
Yeah, we're going to get you on Grain Maker.
I want to be on Grain Maker too.
You've been on Grain Maker.
I've been on Punk and Pile Drivers too, but I want to talk about toes.
Yeah.
All right. You can find me at PLUGGO_ on Twitter.
Which toe is your favorite? Are you a big toe guy or a little toe guy?
Toes aren't real. Toes aren't real.
I like the middle toes, man. They'll do enough love. They do most of the
You know, the ones they do the heavy lifting to keep your balance and everything. So
yeah, that's right. That's right. You got to keep
middle
balance.
toes. Respect to the middle toe.
When I'm not on feetfinder.com, you can find me at PLUGGO_ on Twitter. You can find me at PLUGGO Loves Wrestling on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that fun. You can find me Thursday nights, 8 p.m. with JPJ on Between Two Beards. Oh, she's wearing 3 pair of socks to bed, Miss PLUGGO. Why you gotta do me like that, baby? Why you gotta do me like that? Anyway, you can find me Thursday nights, 8 p.m. with JPJ at Between Two Beards. I can't even talk anymore, but it's at B2 Beards on all the socials. You can find Unplugged with Plug on all your favorite podcast applications. I think that's it because you already talked about For Exposure on Saturdays and all them toes all day, every day.
Perfect.
Twice on Sundays.
All right. Thank you very much to our guests for joining us. For them, for my good buddy Pluggo, thank you very much. Peace in the streets.
Don't you think